10843542. 747-400 M6111325523661287. Total 694 8 14 16 14 13 15 19 27 31 25 47 53 39 26 25 40 56 61 62 62 41. Incidents and accidents, edit. See also, Boeing 747 hull losses. The first hull loss of a 747-400 occurred on the 4th of November, 1993, when China Airlines Flight 605, flying from Taipei to Hong Kong's Kai Tak Airport, touched down more than 2,100 feet, 640 m, past the runway's displaced threshold during 20 knot, gusting to 38 knots, crosswinds. Combined with the disengagement of auto brakes and retracted speed brakes, manual braking and thrust reversal were not enough to prevent the aircraft from sliding into Victoria Harbour. No one was seriously injured, but the aircraft was written off. The type's second hull loss occurred on the 31st of October, 2000, when Singapore Airlines Flight 006, a 747-400 flying from Singapore to Los Angeles via Taipei, rammed into construction equipment while attempting to take off from a closed runway at Chiang Kai-shek International Airport during Typhoon Zhangxing. The aircraft caught fire and was destroyed, killing 79 passengers and 4 crew members. The cause was attributed to the flight crew navigating to the wrong runway. The 747-400F has recorded 5 hull loss accidents. On the 3rd of September, 2010, UPS Airlines Flight 6 from Dubai International Airport to Cologne Bonn Airport crashed approximately 25 minutes after takeoff. The crew of the Boeing 747-400F declared an emergency due to an in-flight fire and attempted to return to Dubai. However, the fire had damaged the flight controls and the oxygen supply, causing the first officer to lose control of the aircraft and the captain to lose consciousness. The aircraft crashed into the ground at high speed during the second landing attempt, killing both crew members. Subsequent investigations determined that the fire had originated from lithium-ion batteries in the cargo hold. On the 28th of July, 2011, Asian Airlines Flight 991, a Boeing 747-400F flying from Incheon Airport to Shanghai Pudong Airport, crashed into the Pacific Ocean off Jeju Island, South Korea, after reportedly suffering mechanical problems due to a possible onboard fire. 2 crew members on board were killed. National Airlines Flight 102, a 747-400 BCF crashed on the 29th of April, 2013, the 25th anniversary of the type's first flight, at Bagram Air Base, Afghanistan, killing 7 crew members. The crash was attributed to a cargo shift of military vehicles to the back of the hold during takeoff. On the 16th of January, 2017, Turkish Airlines Flight 6491, a 747-400F operated by ACT Airlines, failed to reach the runway on landing in thick fog at Manas International Airport in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, crashed into a residential area, and caught fire. 39 people died, including all 4 crew members, and 35 people on the ground. On the 7th of November, 2018, Skylease Cargo Flight 4854, a 747-400F overrun the runway on landing at Halifax Stanfield International Airport in Nova Scotia, Canada, and broken into 2 pieces, causing 3 of 4 people on board injured with no fatalities. Other incidents involving the 747-400 did not result in irreparable aircraft damage. On the 15th of December, 1989, KLM Flight 867, a 747-400M, en route to Tokyo's Narita International Airport from Amsterdam's Schiphol International Airport via Anchorage International Airport, flew through a thick cloud of volcanic ash, causing severe damage to the aircraft and replacement of all 4 engines. On the 23rd of July, 1999, a man killed the pilot of All Nippon Airways Flight 61, a 747-400D bound for New Shitos Airport near Sapporo, Hokkaido from Tokyo International Airport, Haneda, during an attempted hijacking, and was restrained by other crew members. The aircraft landed safely. On the 23rd of September, 1999, Qantas Flight 1, flying from Sydney to London via Bangkok, overran the runway after touching down more than 1,000 meters, 3,300 feet, from the threshold during a storm with heavy rain, resulting in aircraft damage and minor passenger injuries. On the 31st of January, 2001, the pilot of Japan Airlines Flight 907, a 747-400D bound for Naha International Airport from Tokyo Haneda Airport, made an emergency dive to avoid a collision with a Japan Airlines DC-10-40 due to conflicting instructions from air traffic control. Several people on the 747-400 suffered injuries during the evasive maneuvers and some interior damage was sustained to the aircraft. On the 9th of October, 2002, Northwest Airlines Flight 85, traveling from Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport to Narita International Airport, made an emergency landing at Anchorage International Airport after a sudden lower rudder hardover. On the 25th of July, 2008, Qantas Flight 30, traveling to Melbourne Airport from Hong Kong International Airport, made an emergency landing at Ninoy Aquino International Airport with a gaping hole in its lower forward fuselage. No one was hurt, and authorities determined that an exploding emergency oxygen supply bottle was the most likely cause. Some incidents, however, led to irreparable damage and those airframes were written off. On the 4th of September, 2009, Air India Flight 829, a 747-437, registered VTESM, suffered an engine fire at Mumbai, shortly before takeoff. None of the 213 passengers and 16 crew was injured or killed, but the severe fire damage caused the aircraft to be written off and it was scrapped in May 2011. On the 17th of June, 2015, Delta Airlines Flight 159, a Boeing 747-451, registered N664US, flying from Detroit to Solinchen, suffered substantial damage to the interiors, the nose cone, engines and wing slats, after flying through a severe hailstorm above China. The 26-year-old 747 was ferried from Seoul to Marana, Arizona for storage. Aircraft on display, edit. Following the gradual withdrawal of older examples of the type from passenger service from the early 2010s onward, a relatively large number of Boeing 747-400s have entered preservation after being decommissioned. An ex-Qantas 747-400 formerly registered VHOJA and named City of Canberra, the first 747-400 delivered to the airline, is displayed at the Historical Aviation Restoration Society Museum at Illawarra Regional Airport south of Wollongong, New South Wales, Australia. It is the first 747-400 to be preserved, and also holds the record for the longest non-stop flight undertaken by a commercial aircraft, from London to Sydney in 20 hours, 9 minutes and 5 seconds. a record it has held since 1989. 2N661 US, a former Delta Airlines example, is on display at the Delta Flight Museum at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport in Atlanta, Georgia. The aircraft was the first -400 series built, serving as the prototype, then registered N401PW, prior to delivery to Northwest Airlines in December 1989. It is also the aircraft that was involved in Northwest Airlines Flight 85. 3 In February 2019, a former KLM 747-400 registered PHB-FB and named City of Bangkok was transported on a giant trailer from Schiphol Airport across fields, main roads and meadows to the Corendon Village Hotel in Bad Evedorp, having been repainted into Corendon's livery beforehand. To make this transport possible, the motorway A9 was closed during the night from Friday, February the 8th until Saturday, February the 9th. The aircraft was hauled a total of 12.5 kilometers over fields and roads to reach its new home at the hotel. Upon arrival at the hotel, the aircraft was installed in the grounds of the hotel complex. 4 Park LHF, last operated by Lion Air, was converted for use as the Steak 21 restaurant in Sumerkan, Bekasi, Indonesia. The plane was originally operated by Singapore Airlines registered 9 VSMC. 5 British Airways has preserved 5 of its 747-400s following the fleet's retirement during the COVID-19 pandemic, although only 4 now remain. 1 GBYGC, the first of British Airways' 3 retrojets and decorated with the British Overseas Airways Corporation livery, was on display at Brotathan Airfield, within the Brotathan Business Park at St Athan, Vale of Glamorgan, Wales. GBYGC arrived at Brotathan for preservation on the 11th of December 2020. By May 2023, however, the aircraft was in danger of being scrapped. By August 2023, the dismantling of the aircraft was confirmed. 2 GBNLY City of Swansea, the second of British Airways' 3 retrojets and wearing the classic Lander Associates livery used from the 1980s to the late 1990s, is on display at Dunsfold Aerodrome, joining 747-400 GCiv and 747-200 GBDXJ as a filming location. The announcement of its preservation was made at the same time as that of GBYGC, meaning that as of December 2020, all 3 of BA's heritage liveried 747s have been preserved. GBNLY arrived at Dunsfold on the 5th of December 2020 after a ferry flight from Cardiff. 3 GCiv, the third of 3 747-400 retrojets formerly operated by British Airways, is on display at Cotswold Airport in Kemble, Gloucestershire in the United Kingdom. The aircraft, which was the joint last of BA's 747-400s to leave London Heathrow alongside GCiv, arrived at Kemble on the 8th of October 2020. GCiv is decorated with the Negus livery used by the airline during the 1970s and early 1980s, and has been modified for use as an events centre. 4 GCiv, an ex-British Airways 747-400, arrived at Dunsfold Aerodrome, Surrey in the United Kingdom on the 22nd of October 2020 for preservation after a final ferry flight from Cardiff. The aircraft, which wears the Chatham Dockyard livery, joins the aerodrome's Boeing 747-200 GBDXJ for use as a filming location and trainer aircraft. 5 GBYGA, one of British Airways' last 747-400s used for flying, was retired on the 8th of September 2020. The cockpit and partial upper deck was converted into an event space and flight simulator at the Barton City Airport known as the deck in August 2022. 6 HSSTA, a former Orient Thai Boeing 747-400 was converted into a cafe and restaurant in Bangkok's Lat Krabang district. The airplane originally belonged to United Airlines, registered N187UA. 7 HSSTB, a former Orient Thai Boeing 747-400 has a fuselage without wing preserved at Flight of Happiness Restaurant in Guanyin District, Taoyuan, Taiwan. 8 HSTGR Siriwathana, a former Thai Airways 747-400 was purchased by a Thai businessman named Sumashai Fukiao in July 2018 and had it shipped to his home in Chainat Province, Thailand. The aircraft had its engines removed and the titles painted over, but is otherwise unchanged from its time in active service. 9 HSTGT Wathanatai, a former Thai Airways 747-400, has been placed on static display at Sheik Market in Nong Khai, Thailand, alongside ex-Las Vegas Sands Lockheed L1011 Tristar N388LS. Specifications, edit. Model 747-400 747-400 747-400 F 747-400 ERF. Cockpit crew 2. Capacity 416, 23F at 61 plus 80J at 39 plus 313Y at 32, 274,100 pound. 124,330 kilograms, 273,400 pound, 124,012 kilograms. Unit load devices 30 LD1 /LD3 28 LD1 /LD3 plus 2 LD1 plus 30 pallets, 96,125, on main deck. Exit limit 550 /660. Overall length 231 feet 10 in, 70.66 m. Wing 211 feet 5 in, 64.44 m. Span 5,650 square feet, 525 m. Area 7.91 aspect ratio. Overall height 63 feet 8 in, 19.41 m. Maximum takeoff weight 875,000 pound, 396,893 kilograms, 910,000 pound, 412,769 kilograms, 875,000 pound. 396,893 kilograms, 910,000 pound, 412,769 kilograms. Operating empty weight PW, 404,600 pound, 183,523 kilograms. PW, 412,300 pound. 187,016 kilograms, G, 360,900 pound, 163,701 kilograms, G, 361,600 pound, 164,019 kilograms. Fuel capacity 57,285 US gal. 216,850 L, 63,705 US gal, 241,150 L, 53,985 US gal, 204,360 L. Cruise Mach 0.855, 490 kn, 908 km per hour. 564 miles per hour, Mach 0.845, 485 km, 898 km per hour, 558 miles per hour. Flight envelope Mach 0.92, 528 km, 977 km per hour, 607 miles per hour. Airspeed limit, 45,100 feet, 13,700 m, maximum altitude. Takeoff field length 9,700 feet, 2,955 m, 10,700 feet, 3,260 m, 9,550 feet, 2,910 m, 10,700 feet, 3,260 m. Range 7,285 mi, 13,490 kilometers, 8,385 mi, 7,585 mi, 14,045 kilometers, 8,730 mi, 4,455 mi, 8,250 kilometers, 5,125 mi, 4,985 mi, 9,230 kilometers, 5,735 mi. Engines, 4. PW 4000 /GECF6 /RRB211 PW 4000 /GECF6 PW 4000 /GECF6 /RRB211 PW 4000 /GECF6. Thrust, 4. 56,563,300 lbf. 251282 kN, 62,163,300 lbf, 276282 kN, 56,463,300 lbf, 251282 kN, 62,163,300 lbf, 276282 kN. 1 carat 550 main deck, 660 combined main and upper decks. 2 carat SL, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, MTO. 3 carat. Jump up to. PW engines, 416 packs. 4 carat maximum payload, maximum tow, GE engines. 5 carat maximum payload, maximum tow, PW engines. See also, edit. 1 competition between Airbus and Boeing. Related development. 1 Boeing YAL-1. 2 Boeing 747-8. 3 747 supertanker. Aircraft of comparable role, configuration, and era. 1 Boeing 777-300 2 Airbus A340-600 3 Airbus A380. Related lists. 1 List of civil aircraft. 2 List of Boeing 747 operators. References, edit.